As you know, I've asked Congress to raise or suspend the debt limit. Since 1789, the United States has always paid its bills on time, and it must continue to do so. In my assessment and those of economists across the board, a default on our debt would trigger an economic and financial catastrophe. I urge all members of Congress to come together to address the debt limit without conditions and without waiting until the last minute.
That was the U.S. Treasury Secretary Janet Yellen, warning and urging the members of the U.S. House of Representatives about the dive U.S. economy is likely to take if it's not pulled back from the cliff of utter financial ruin that awaits the world's biggest economy if it fails to raise the debt ceiling and do so within a matter of days. If the U.S. Congress fails to act, the political brinkmanship will take the U.S. closest it has ever been to financial chaos and doom. But this was a month ago. She has spoken many a time at different forums and to the media. But it seems the people who must heed her warnings are either deaf or too keen on using the crisis to their political advantage, even if it comes at the cost of taking the US economy to the very edge. The American political class is sharply divided. There are no signs of a possible deal or reconciliation between the Republicans and the Biden-led Democrats. According to a Reuters report, Janet Yellen has now decided to reach out with the next set of most powerful people in the scheme of things, CEOs. The Reuters report cited two unnamed sources with knowledge of the development, who said that the Treasury Secretary is contacting American corporate and financial leaders to outline the catastrophic effect a US default on its debt would have on both the domestic and international economy. The Treasury Secretary is speaking with specific CEOs on a one-on-one basis, warning them about the dangerous consequences of the current brinkmanship. While the sources cited by Reuters refused to share the names of the CEOs she has called so far, but they did say that the list included leaders of the financial industry and other key sectors of the economy. Some reports also claim that the Biden administration officials have been talking to business leaders about persuading Republicans to extend the debt ceiling without conditions. In order to appear on ABC News on Sunday, the Treasury Secretary postponed a trip to Japan for this week's G7 Finance Ministers Conference. During the interview, she warned that failure by Congress to increase the $31.4 trillion debt ceiling might result in a constitutional crisis. She also said that the talks on the issue should not take place with a gun to the head of the American people, while referring to the Republican lawmakers who've been insisting that raising the debt ceiling must be done in conjunction with major spending cuts, especially on climate change policy. The debt ceiling, which reflects already spent federal funds, must be raised by Congress. According to President Joe Biden, it must be raised as required without any conditions. To try to resolve the standoff, Biden has decided to meet Republican leaders. If he fails to strike a deal with the Republicans, the US might run out of cash by as early as June 1st.